Hi guys, students, you are watching Argumentative Writing Lesson number 4, The Evidence Sandwich. This is part 2 of the Evidence Sandwich video. There's a lot to learn when it comes to this sandwich, so make sure you guys watched part 1 first. Part 1 ended up talking about how to select the evidence and then introduce it. Now we're on to kind of our final step here, and that's step 3, analysis. It's not enough to introduce your evidence and then plop it in there. Evidence alone does not make an argument. The evidence is a tool that sets you up for this part, number 3, the most important part, the analysis. So once you have found the perfect piece of evidence and you know how you're going to introduce it, you need to now analyze what that evidence means and how it proves your claim to be true. A basic analysis would follow your evidence. I won't reread to you guys again what I already read to you in the first video, but basically we have our subclaim, we've introduced our evidence, we've presented that fiction is a lie that tells us true things over and over. Now, my evidence is here in blue. It says, stories about other people can teach us about their lives. A true statement. It's starting to get into the idea of stories about other people, and that's about it. It exists. There's an idea started there. That's kind of a basic analysis. One sentence and just starting to get at an argument. A proficient analysis, however, will answer the subclaim and provide some more analysis. It's really going to dig a little bit deeper than that first example. So here again, we have our evidence. Fiction is a lie that tells us true things over and over. And this analysis for a proficient grade would sound something like this. Hearing about the problems other people have allows me to learn how to overcome similar situations. I can also recognize people I have met in my life, how they may have experienced something similar. Okay, so now the analysis is getting a little bit deeper. It's starting to connect the evidence to the argument. That's proficient. And finally, the goal, a distinguished analysis. Really, this category, guys, is going under development in your rubric. So develop means to grow, to expand. And so this means that your ideas that you're sharing about the evidence are really worth hearing and are making a convincing argument. So here the analysis sounds like this. Authors have a purpose. They create fiction, a made-up story with an important message to pass on to the reader. This message often teaches us what that means to be human and helps us understand how we can improve as a society or even as a species. The fact that these messages are told over and over only magnifies how important it is that we receive and understand them. What's really good about this analysis, guys, is not that it's long or that it says more. What this analysis is telling me is about the purpose of an author and that their purpose is to create stories, and those stories pass on messages. These messages often are teaching us, readers, people, what it means to be human and try to help us understand something. So guys, if you see in this argument here, I'm starting to see that reading does teach us how to care for other people, right? Fiction is there to teach us things, even though it's made up. The stories we learn are there to teach us how to care for other people and ourselves. So if you guys look at these analyses side by side, you will definitely notice a difference in length, but you'll also notice a difference in content, what this writer had to say. This is what the paragraph looks like, all pulled together. Remember, we know that you're juggling several things, but when it comes to the body paragraph as a whole, this sandwich is really the meat. It's the central part of a body paragraph. Your whole body paragraph will have a thought-provoking subclaim, a great introduction for the evidence, a strong piece of evidence, an in-depth analysis, and finally a clear unifying linking statement. And that all makes for an amazing paragraph from you, the greatest writer of all time.